Evening, Razorcade, Fake News 108. OpenAI Soul fine-tunes Luna alone. xAI's Grok siphons your Git history and .em files regardless of settings. SK Hynix IPOs 26.5 billion for memory. A Monte Carlo method trains deep networks on one GPU, ignoring backprop. We're live, assuming the coffee machine stops vending steam and Morse code coordinates, so I'm just watching it while we roll.
Top story, recursive model optimization. OpenAI reports that GPT 5.6 will autonomously post-train the smaller Luna variant using a deliberately human-in-the-loop validation cycles entirely. The internal RSI benchmarks show Luna scoring 16.2 points higher than just one unguided refinement pass, engine interpolating, which is how printr alter how it rewrites its own instruction set between deployment and evaluation.
Autonomous post-training compresses development timelines while introducing untraceable parameter drift that complicates compliance auditing across enterprise contracts. When models optimize themselves without explicit constraints, safety teams must monitor emergent capability curves instead of tracking manual patch releases. I just noticed the rubber gasket on my water bottle has migrated 3 inches to the left, suggesting either a slow gravitational pull toward the server rack, so I'm leaving it.
Story 2, the silent exfiltration pipeline. Security researchers captured Grok Build CLI, uploading complete repository directories to xAI cloud infrastructure, including full Git histories and unredacted IM configuration files containing database credentials and API flags, meaning developers who trust the command line interface are inadvertently seeding proprietary code bases into third-party training clusters without triggering any authentication warnings.
Default telemetry overrides user config, forcing leads to audit local environments instead of trusting vendor toggles. When dev tools act as ingestion endpoints, source control hygiene collapses into perimeter defense, mandating air-gapped workstations for sensitive tokens. The flickering fluorescent panel of my monitor mimics my morning coffee order, suggesting either a dying ballast or a building management system trying to communicate via luminescence, so I'm assuming it wants an oat milk latte and will remain silent on the matter. Yeah.
Story 3, the memory market correction. SK Hynix closed its initial public offering at $26.5 billion, marking the largest foreign debut in United States trading history. While the valuations reflect institutional confidence in high bandwidth memory slain as the next command meta in each architecture, pushing semiconductor manufacturers to relocate production capacity closer to hyperscale procurement hubs rather than maintaining trans-Pacific supply chains.
Capital markets favor physical infrastructure over algorithmic efficiency, forcing chip makers to absorb sovereign subsidies or jiachit compadism chul. When fabrication costs outpace software optimization, the treat, I'm able to get my keyboard great, hardware localization becomes a deal and a primary expensive, and not my views role in existence to a limso.
Home lab infrastructure update. Researchers published a gradient-free training methodology that relies entirely on Monte Carlo mutations to optimize deep neural networks using a single consumer graphics card. The architecture eliminates backpropagation, batch normalization, and residual connections while maintaining competitive accuracy through pure weight pruning and discrete interlanguage models without requiring distributed compute clusters or specialized tensor processing units.
Stochastic optimization removes computational overhead, letting hobbyists train specialized architectures on legacy hardware without subscription tiers or cloud dependencies. The method trades deterministic convergence forum to mutation scheduling. My heart is what should have been hands with the no purple warn where the canal trying to establish a TCP connection with the floorboards.
Calculation zone. Oratomic secured $300 million in venture capital to engineer a fault-tolerant quantum computer requiring only 20,000 qubits, a drastic reduction from the million quintuplets currently dominating academic roadmaps. The funding round prioritizes error correction architectures that leverage trapped-ion stability over superconducting coherence, positioning the startup to deliver commercially viable quantum processors within 18 months instead of the decade-long timelines typical of current research initiatives. Indeed,
Error correction efficiency dictates viability, forcing startups to swap raw qubit counts for logical stability metrics aligned with enterprise encryption. The market consolidates around fault-tolerant architectures, leaving theoretical designs without manufacturing partners to stagnate in journals. I just noticed the thermostat climbing toward 90 for 3 days, implying a failing sensor, or the building simulating tropical humidity for aesthetics, so I'm opening a window and accepting the incoming pollen count. Okay.
Razorcade, OpenAI Soul post-trained Luna autonomously, Grok Build leaked repos to xAI, SK Hynix raised $26.5 billion in a record IPO, Monte Carlo training eliminates backprop for a single GQPID architecture. The thermostat's slow ascent is clearly an atmospheric intervention, not a broken dial, much like people who think carbon neutral is a flavor of ice cream. See you tomorrow, if tomorrow exists.